Love is expressed in many ways, and everybody has someone that they hold dearly. But now imagine if the last thing you said to this loved one was, "I hate you." Life is unpredictable, which means you never know what moments may be your last. Because of this, you want to make sure that the people you love always know how much you love them. In the year 2016, I found out my dad had stage 4 cancer, and we were almost positive his life was about to end. Because of this, I learned to cherish every moment I got with him. And whenever I left my visits with him, I would make sure he knew how much I loved and cared for him, because I did not know when our last moments together would be. Life is unpredictable. At any moment, something could happen, so make sure your moments count. To begin, Alexandra Elliott states that every minute, 108 people die worldwide. Think about that. That's about 2 deaths per second. That means that in any second, somebody that is important to you could die. Somebody that you hold closely and dearly, that at one moment you got into a fight with, and out of anger said you hate them, could die. This means that it is important to never leave on a bad note. You should never leave on a bad note with anybody that you cherish. Continuing on, we can always plan for the future, or know when scary moments may occur. For instance, the Pulse nightclub shooting resulted in 49 deaths and 53 injured, as stated by the Journal of Multidisciplinary Healthcare. People were just out having a good time. But in the matter of moments, shootings started, and many helpless people who had families, friends, and loved ones did not return home from what was supposed to be a fun night out. What if that was one of your friends? One of your loved ones? A family member who went out at 10 that you thought would be home in the morning, and they never returned. From the aforementioned statement, think about this. These tragedies that happen could have happened to you. We are not as safe as we think. Even going to your school could be the last place you ever go. This can be seen from the recent increase in school shootings, such as the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting that happened on February 14th, 2018 in Parkland, Florida. The Stoneman Douglas shooting resulted in 17 killed and 17 injured. These were students, people near your age, that were murdered in a place where families thought they could send their kids out and that they would be safe. A place where kids go every day to learn. A place we have to go. They went to school that day, and parents were expecting them home, but they would never return. These facts are from the Journal of Multidisciplinary Healthcare. People do not realize how close these situations are to them. However, many of the people from my high school knew people who were killed in the shooting. If the shooting was any closer, it could have happened to you or a loved one too. Most of these deaths that we see happen to older people can happen to anybody. For instance, the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting on December 4th, 2012 resulted in 27 killed and 2 injured, as stated by the Health Sociology Review. Now for the most current issue, the coronavirus. The coronavirus has stopped many from seeing loved ones. We aren't able to leave our houses. I'm not able to hug my dad. I don't live with my family, and I can't drive out to go see them. My mom lives an hour away, and my dad only lives about 20 minutes away. But I cannot go see them. April 2nd was my dad's birthday, and I wasn't able to go visit him, have cake, and celebrate a birthday like any family should be able to. Just in the United States alone, around 18,000 deaths have occurred due to this pandemic. A pandemic that none of us could have predicted, none of us could have planned for. It's a tragedy that was bound to happen, but none of us could predict. With these tragic and horrifying moments in mind, you need to make sure you appreciate the people around you, and you need to let them know you appreciate them. You do not want any regrets in your life. Therefore, you have to remind your dear ones that you love them before leaving, because you never know when your last chance may be. You never want to leave the house saying, "I hate you," or something that you would regret. Because again, when you leave your house, you never know what may happen. You never know when your last moments are. You never know what hug will be your last, what kiss will be your last. And when you say, "I love you," you never know if those are the last words you're going to say to someone. So do not let your last words be, "I hate you." You're going to have to live with that. Are you okay living knowing that the last things you said to a loved one was something that you will regret?